But wait, what is that shiny thing in the sky? It looks like the Dark Crystal.
Reviewing the theatrical components of the Dark Crystal, which is directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. So the film is about a young gelfling named Jen, which is like an elf when you see the film, who is destined and ready to save and restore the balance of his world. Before he does this, he must go through obstacles, of course. Another adventure, which he finds another gelfling, whose name is Kira, and Jen restores the shard piece that goes inside the crystal. And then you realize that the Skelsies and the Mystics are both symbols of good and bad. So, boom. So that's the summary of the film. So now let's talk about the details. Let me just tell you that the production designer did such an excellent job on these costumes and making them come to life in this film. So we have Miss and Scene of this film, which is provided a real live action of what the directors was really trying to prove here in the storyline. The composition. So the composition of this film is the way how everything was placed with the costumes and the storyline. It went smoothly on, as you expected, like a kids movie would be portrayed, of course. Everything was placed to create such an imaginative world, which is wonderful for me because I love these little animated movies. Now let's talk about the sound of the film. I'm sorry I sang that for you. But the composer of the film, who was the main composer, was Trevor Jones. With this film, I think the sound was great. Like, I don't really pay attention to the sound when I'm watching it. For me, he did a great job in making an eeriness of the strange, mystical world. But anyway, the sound was excellent in the film. That's all I'm gonna say. Great job. Components that we are talking about is the camera angles. For example, one of the camera angles that was used in the scene most was over the shoulder. The over the shoulder camera angle was when Jen and Kira were looking at the old prophecy and seeing that the Skelsies and the Mystics were like together and he's the chosen. Their conversation, you see the over the shoulder camera looking at what Kira is saying to Jen. Kira interrupts what appears to be a hypnotic state. When Jen's in, when he's talking to him, you see both Kira and Chamberlain in the scene, which is over the shoulder. Another angle that stood out to me was the scene of the little podling getting his little essence getting sucked out of him, even though that was such like a little scary scene for me. And then it goes to what appears to be gates of hell, in my opinion. And then boom, it's the crystal low angle, in which you can see his face that, you know, it's the end for him, and that's kind of sad. My opinion is a spectacular film in costume design. I'm not saying the film was terrible, even though I'm an 18-year-old watching it. It wasn't terrible. I'm just gonna say that. The costumes were the ones that really stuck out to me, really brought me into this world of the Dark Crystal and a part of Jen's journey. I wonder what this story will consist of. But wait, what is that dark, shiny thing in the sky? Indeed. It is very shiny and janky, because what I'm filming is janky. Thank you.